Welcome back to another message crawler update. Today I'm going to show you a couple of things I've created that are new in Teams. Let's go to my screen and get started. We got message crawler on the screen, so let's go to import and Teams. First we're going to look at the PST import, see what's new there, and then we're going to look at HTML. And the interesting option that we have here is set time zone. Problem with Teams PST has always been that it loads data in the time zone the computer is set to, which isn't necessarily terrible, but we generally want more control of the data, of the times. So the new option here is you can configure what time zone to convert your data to when loading. Now this one was a bit of a weird option to implement because not all dates come back from PST as the local time zone. Some of them are stored in UTC if they're stored in text fields, and others that are stored in the normal PST fields, those do get converted to a local time zone. So there was a little tinkering involved to make sure everything gets synchronized. But the point is now this is how it is, and you're able to pick the time zone you want to see your data in. And I recommend doing it in a UTC and then letting relativity do the offset during processing. So this way you don't have to change your time zone on your computer if you want your data to be loaded in UTC. So hopefully it's going to be convenient for you guys. Next, let's take a look at Teams HTML import option. And what I added here is something called scan HTML files not referenced by CSV. Problem here is when we load in the CSV file, sometimes they get pretty large and there might be issues parsing them. Even if you try to open it in Excel, they might be broken. And this is really on Microsoft for using CSV delimiters for, complex metadata. We know better than that. We use concordance delimiters. Apparently they didn't get the memo. So issue may occur is if this CSV file cannot be parsed just because there is a mess of delimiters and not even Excel or anything else is unable to parse it. So what happens in that case, message crawler is going to read the file and it's going to do the best job it can at reading it. And then it's going to go to native files and it's going to find all these HTML files, right? So that's kind of how it normally works. But with this option enabled, we are going to make a directory list of native files first, open the CSV file, process everything that did load into CSV, and then see if there are any HTML files that haven't been processed or haven't been converted by the CSV. And if there are any left over, all we can do is go directly to those files and try to parse them. So that usually happens if the CSV file is bad, that there is some kind of problem. But the downside of relying on HTML is you actually get less metadata. Some metadata is stored in CSV, and it's really good to have that. If you just have HTML files, you still can get a reasonable RSMF file. It's going to have from and date and the message body, all that's going to be there, but you may not have all the participants because they're stored in CSV. Some attachments can be missing. So it is more like a backup solution. It's like a catch the exceptions and see what happened. If you have that situation, you should go in and examine a CSV file, see if what the results you get are good enough or not good enough. But again, the reason for this feature is because CSV files do legitimately come out broken. And I'm just trying to do the best I can with bad data that we occasionally see. So I'm hoping that's going to help you avoid a situation where there is a corrupt CSV file and now some HTML files haven't been processed. We definitely do not want that to happen. So even if we get some metadata, even if we get messages without attachments, it's better than nothing. So that's what this option does. All right, so that's a quick update for Teams, PST, and HTML exports. I hope those features are going to be useful to you. If they are, please let me know about it. Thank you for watching. I will see you on another update.